How's your foot?
Swole. And hello, friends. Welcome to User Friendly episode 73. I'm your co-host, Jeff Elijah. You might know me from the Cultcast podcast. I'm here with my friend
Roberto Hoyos,
see.
creator of Throwboy.
Sorry, how much ridiculous stuff
Yeah.
coming with. I'm sorry. We're both extremely drunk right now. At least I am. I didn't see you drink anything.
I drank on the way here.
In your car?
Yeah.
I used to know a guy that did that in high school. I mean, he would just roll around with his beer in his lap, and he thought he was never going to get caught. And I was like, dude,
what happened?
he got caught!
Yeah, but what did he get?
They took him to jail for having a freaking open beer in his lap as he drove around. What do you think this is? Texas?
I remember, like, I didn't really drink or party in high school, and then it wasn't until, like, I was, like, in my early 20s where I was in a roommate situation with people that did. And so then I started getting, like, developed a taste for drinking beer to the point where I'm like, I'm really thirsty, but I have to leave. Maybe I should just bring a beer. Oh, yeah, I can't do that. Like, stupidness.
I think I used to drink quite a bit when I was in my younger days, but I don't think I ever drank in the car.
Yeah.
Because I was like, that's just so stupid. You know, like, there was this one time I was driving and my friends thought it would be hilarious to pour vodka out the window as we were coming around a corner after we had left this party. And they're like, we got to get rid of the evidence, man. And I'm like, what are you guys doing back there? And they're dumping vodka out the window, come around the corner, cop sitting right there.
What happened?
He pulled me over. Because he's like, you guys were pouring vodka out the window. Oh my gosh, how stupid do you have to be? Oh, high school. Nothing happened to me though. That was cool. Sixth grade was crazy, guys. I'm telling you. Anyway, well, hey, welcome to User Friendly, the show where we talk about our favorite technology, our favorite stuff on the web, and all things geek. Boom.
Whoa.
Put that into your electric hookah.
Forgot all about those
And vaporize
ones.
it. Yeah. We never really remember what we talked about. Great show planned. I want to thank everyone who reached out last minute. Last week when we asked for your what's the segment that we call?
Short and tweet.
Short and tweet, the long segment where we answer your short questions. Everyone asked the exact same thing. Literally everyone. They wanted to know what our WWDC expectations are, which of course the Worldwide Developers Conference is tomorrow, Monday, June 10th. I'm really excited, as you can probably imagine. So we're going to talk about that. We're going to announce our new Netflix review candidate. This one will be interesting because neither Roberto nor I have actually seen this movie.
Yes.
Generally, Roberto's already seen it, and then I watch it, and then we discuss.
Yeah, I put it in my queue, so I just decided, hey, let's do a blind taste test.
So we will all watch it together.
Yeah.
And then we'll review it
Blindfolded.
next show. Yeah, we do need you to be blindfolded, so make sure you don't cheat. And then we're going to be talking about a Kickstarter.
Oh gosh, I can't wait.
This might be the finest one.
Yeah. This
So
is nice. And this is from Twitter from you guys.
yeah. Actually, where's my phone?
From Kyle Suss.
I should probably.
It was from him, right?
Was it? I'm sorry, I don't remember who it was.
Oh
actually.
no. We changed Kickstarters, so thank you, Kyle. But we ended up using a different one.
Yeah, this one is from.
I like yours though.
You know, right when you need to find it, it disappears. Let's see here. I'm almost there. Oh, here we go. This was from Doron Jiva.
Very good.
At Doron Jiva 7. I'm sorry if I said that wrong.
We'll get to that at the end.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. So let's start with an iTunes review.
Oh, okay.
We haven't read one of these in a while. As you guys know, we started doing our releasing our podcast in audio, and we have 8 5-star reviews,
At least 8 subscribers.
or 1 4-star review.
Yeah, what the hell?
What the
Just
hell, dude?
unsub.
But his complaint is that we don't talk loud enough,
Oh, right.
or that our podcast isn't loud enough.
Yeah.
So we're gonna fix that right now. I'm gonna go ahead and expect you to change that rating.
I need to know how to project better.
This review comes from Snafu009, who says, "Great host discussing the state of technology today in an easy to digest manner. Good use of the hyphen there. Snafu 009. It's always entertaining and occasionally even informative. That's all true.
I don't know about that last.
The last part is
I
not
would say
necessarily
never
true.
informative.
Let me see here. Let's go with this one. This is from Mrs. Deep Blue.
Okay.
She says, I'm assuming this is a she.
I think we've read this, but
Have we?
you can go for it.
Okay, I'm going to go for it. This show is a fun mix of current tech news, spun with humor, and an occasional Tim Cook impression, y'all. So happy it came out as audio. I listen at work, and occasionally I added that word. No, and I get looks when I randomly crack up.
They're talking about the cult cast, I think.
Did you leave this on the right podcast? So anyway, thank you for your reviews. If you guys would like to leave us a review, that's 5 stars. That would be great because, as you know, as you can tell from the production value, we make absolutely no money from the production of this show.
And we get fed off your stars.
We eat your stars. We're like a Super Mario Brothers character.
Nope, she wants up.
Come on this side, okay? Because we're in the middle of the podcast and you're interrupting rudely.
The dog's in the room.
You could probably see her floppy
For the
ears.
audio
For
listeners.
the audio listeners.
All right.
Anyway, so let's hop into the show. Let's talk about WWDC expectations.
Okay, Worldwide Developers Conference.
My expectations are high.
Yes. She's not backing down.
She's very Penny. This is the Penny dog. I'm gonna go ahead and put her on this side where she can sleep quietly and not bother us. There you go, Penny dog. So WWDC.
Yeah.
Really excited because we're gonna get iOS 7. I'm hoping they're gonna release it right away. Although my guess is what's going to happen is they're going to announce it and then they're going to release it with the new iPhone 5S and the new iPad and the new iPad mini, which I fully expect will come out in fall. I don't think we're going to see those.
Yeah, you get announcements, but no releases yet.
Yes, I don't think they're going to announce any of the new mobile products.
What about new MacBooks?
I think it's almost a sure thing that we're getting new MacBooks.
Released today. Please.
Yeah, because we're both waiting to buy new MacBooks.
Yours is like 3 years old.
I know.
Mine is non-existent. I really, really want a new MacBook Pro or
too.
Air. I haven't decided. Pro or Air, depending on...
That's a tough decision. So I've been reading some rumors that the new Pro is going to be even thinner. Obviously, it's going to be faster than the previous version. So, I mean, it could be a compelling machine. The thing about the MacBook Airs is they don't have a discrete graphics chip.
See, I don't know if I would really care. The only thing that pushed me over the edge a little bit was that I was like, well, I need a Pro. You know, I do video. Arguably, I do video. Like, I do very minor video editing, right? For like vlogs and for this show. But the guy that did my video for my Kickstarter, like that really nice DSLR video, he uses a 13-inch Air. So I'm like, okay, if you're using a 13-inch Air and your thing is you do video, like I think I can get by on doing video on an Air. You know,
you definitely could, especially if you use Final Cut Pro X.
Yeah.
It has been written to take advantage of the power of your computer. If your computer's not powerful, it just scales itself back. So you probably would be fine.
Yeah, so I'm thinking of going in that direction. The only thing is like, it sucks when you have to look at the price difference for like speed and storage because you're like paying like almost the same amount, and getting less, you know, on the Air. Yep. But anyway, whatever it is, I'm eager to see what they do with iOS. I'm not really. I don't think I'm eager to upgrade or do anything like that or get a new mobile device. Like I'm not really like, oh, I want to go get a new iPad no matter what it is. But I'm
probably gonna buy an iPad Mini.
I'm like, no matter what it is, I'm getting a MacBook.
Me too. Are you? Yeah. See, I guess you're not really considering getting the Retina MacBook Pro. So the Retina MacBook Pros came out in February.
Yeah.
But I still think they're going to update them because I think they're going to get their line all synced up as far as computers go.
I agree.
And it's going to have been 232 days by the time WWDC happens, and that they have not announced new products, anything. I mean, they have to announce something. There's no way they're going to announce new mobile products
iLife 010.
And that's it.
That's it, y'all.
Yeah, it pulls the giant golden cord.
iLife 14.
iLife 14 comes out, and he's like, everybody have a good show.
Look under your seat,
Yeah,
y'all.
everyone gets the new iLife disc good for $10 off. iLife in the App Store.
iLife's not around anymore. Okay.
Somebody kill
Everybody
him.
bring on Bono.
We're definitely going to see...
Bono.
Bono's going to be there for sure.
It's been too long. It's
He's
been
so crazy.
200 and how many days?
It's going to be
since Bono?
the all red MacBook. Even the screen is red. And you watch it and it's like, oh, the screen's all red.
But
He's
it looks
like,
super cool.
we should have thought that.
Yeah.
We should have thought that. That was Bono's idea. He pushed real hard.
Not our finest
Yeah,
hour.
not our finest hour. Look, we screwed up. We screwed
real
up. He just want to really push that Project Red. I just said okay. I think that's what Steve Jobs would have done.
It looks like an iPod ad.
Yeah, and except there's Bono's face on the screen, and he's like hollering into the mic, right? I love Bono.
I just
by
want
the way.
some John Mayer and some Bono and some Randy Newman at the
I don't
end.
care what product they release as long as they do
I
that.
just want all that mixed in.
So we really don't know a lot of details about what's coming out.
It's because they doubled down.
They did. They doubled down successfully on secrecy, y'all. We hardly don't know it. We hardly don't know anything, which means we know something. We don't hardly know anything. We're definitely getting iOS 7 with new features. What those new features are, we're not sure. We just know it's going to have a flatter design, and it's probably going to look a little bit more Windows phone-ish. I hope
Do we
not.
know that, or are we just
We know for sure it's going to have a flatter design
because
it's been leaked all over the place.
okay.
And although there's not been a solid source, I mean, when rumors happen from all these different locations at one time, it's usually a really good indication that they're actually true. It's when you hear a rumor from one analyst and everyone reports on it that's usually not true, so I don't expect us to see anything radical announced, but who knows? Maybe Apple will surprise us. We could even see an Apple TV.
Yeah.
Although I don't think that, or an Apple television. Although I don't think we will. I think they would save that for an event before the holidays, because that's when it's really going to sell like crazy.
Yeah, I feel like it's getting kind of as the date is becoming closer, it's getting less and less radical as far as like they're gonna do an iWatch. It's like I don't think people think that anymore. As far as
I kind of leaning towards the fact that they won't do an iWatch. They might do an iPod that can act as an iWatch, but I don't know if they're going to do an iWatch
at all, or just for this.
Ever.
Yeah.
I don't know if they'll ever do one.
But in that conference, he's talked about wearables, right?
He talked about wearables a lot. So a little while back, there was the All Things D tech conference, and Tim Cook was there talking with Walt Mossberg, or as we like to call him, Walt Wasberg.
Yeah.
And he talked about wearables, and Tim Cook, this is where I think the really exciting stuff is going to be happening with Apple, especially. I mean, they're buying companies that we don't even know about to acquire technologies that we've never heard of. Mm-hmm. And wearable tech is something that Tim Cook said he was really fascinated with. And I think wearable tech is really cool. I have been reviewed a smart scale that you can step on and you can track your weight on the web. Mm-hmm. Imagine if you had something that you wore, like the Fitbit. Yeah. It's a little thing that tracks your sleep, tracks your heartbeat.
Or the Jawbone Up.
It's like those kinds of things are really, really cool.
I think I would rather have it be somewhere not on me, like here. You know what I mean?
Like not on your wrist?
Yeah, I think I'd rather.
The Fitbit, I think, was like a little, I think it slipped into like your pants
yeah,
or
you
something.
clip on it.
Okay.
You clip it on your belt or whatever.
I was supposed to review one of those, actually. I don't know whatever happened with that. I should probably ping them. But
Penny swallowed it.
She might have eaten it. Oh, they never sent it to me. So, as far as new hardware, new computers, there is a rumor that the MacBook Pros are going to be thinner. Did I already mention this?
No. So, okay, I haven't kept up very well, but there's no 13-inch that is like the Retina, right?
No, not that I know of.
So they might round out.
Oh, wait.
Line,
I take that back. Did they release a 13-inch MacBook Pro with Retina display?
Check.
I think they actually might have.
I feel like
13-inch MacBook
like
Pro.
Total noobs.
Retina.
I don't keep up with this stuff anymore because I don't work at Apple, so
yeah, okay.
I purposefully don't care.
Oh wait, this is a recent. Okay, so this is actually
this stuff for years.
This is actually a a new rumor is that there will be a 13-inch MacBook Pro debuted at WWDC with a slightly slimmer design with Retina.
Yeah.
I've never been a huge fan of the 13-inch MacBook Pro. I know a lot of people like it. I think it's a glorified MacBook Air.
Yeah.
Because the hardware is very similar, and you don't get discrete graphics card, just like you don't get one with the MacBook Air. But the MacBook Air is created in such a way where it's really super fast. It might even be faster than the MacBook Pro.
Yeah.
And it's really thin.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I always liked that form factor, that size of the 13, but because I don't think I could do 15, dude. Like,
Really?
I look at yours and I'm like, oh my god, it's so big.
Yeah,
but
it
you don't compare it to anything because you've had 15s for years, right?
Yeah, well, I moved from a 17 to a 15.
Okay.
Dude, that 17 was such
Those are ridiculous.
a freaking huge
It's like a big
monstrosity.
old freaking shield.
Yeah, it is. Like, honestly, I can use it as a shield.
Yeah,
I'm definitely going 15.
Okay, I'm excited for either 13, 13-inch Air, 13-inch Pro. You sold me. I don't care. Whatever the hell it is. Because right now...
Do you really want to have Retina?
I don't know.
I don't really think it's that useful at the moment.
Yeah, that's the thing. Is like, it's kind of like when the Air first came out, and it was like really, there was no real reason to get it. You know? Do you remember when the first Air came out?
Yeah, and it was like $2,600.
Yeah, it was super expensive,
and it was underpowered.
And the only thing that was cool about it was the thin design, and it took a while for that to catch up to like the tech where you had flash everything, flash drive and all that kind of stuff, and it wasn't super expensive. So I feel like we're still in that murky area for the Retina because it's like, I don't know, it looks pretty when you're using like Apple stuff, but like if you're on anything else or you're not looking at photos, you don't really care, right? So that's
most of the web doesn't get
exactly
rendered in Retina quality.
I don't know. I just kind of like to stay like in that current, get my money's worth for, 2 years, and then I'll just sell it. Like, that's how I usually roll. I'll sell it after like a year or two. Like,
yeah, I guess that's true. You do that.
Yeah.
I usually do every 2 years, but this one I decided because dude, this is reaching way back. When we first started the show, remember?
What?
And I installed the SSD in this computer.
Yeah.
So I installed an SSD. This is a 2010 MacBook Pro. And I installed an SSD in here, and it made it so much faster that I was like, I really don't feel like I need a new computer.
That was good.
That was the best update I have ever had. It's incredible how much faster they are than mechanical hard drives.
Yeah, my last 13 had 128 flash and 500 mechanical.
That's what this one has.
That was a pretty sweet little
Here's the
machine.
thing I don't like about the Retina MacBook Pros. We're getting a little bit off topic, but that's okay. Here's my problem with the Retina MacBook Pros.
The aluminium
MacBook Pros, beautiful machines. I think they're awesome. They're appliances. This is kind of always Steve Jobs' vision for computing, computers, is that there was no reason for anyone to have to worry about how they worked and the insides and all that stuff. And like the iPad, the Retina MacBook Pros are totally not user upgradable. You can't upgrade the RAM, you can't upgrade the storage. So that means that for a computer like mine, where I was able to upgrade it 2 years later and get an extra year of use out of it, like great upgrade, right? You can't do that with the new MacBook Pros. Whichever one that you buy, you are stuck with the RAM and you're stuck with the I'm going to call it hard drive space, although it's an SSD. You're stuck with the storage space. For the life of the machine, there's no changing it.
Yeah, it's like an iPhone.
It's like exactly like an iPhone.
Yeah.
So it's like they kind of get you in this place where you got to pay them for that storage, right?
Right up front.
Right up front, and if you don't, well then, c'est la vie.
It's the end of that, man. This little honker is the last time you're gonna get to do that.
Well,
From now on, your upgrades are gonna be plugging into a USB.
That's right. Changing the software
Yeah.
to activate the rest of the hardware that's in there.
Yeah.
If video game makers got to create computers, that's how it would work. You'd buy a computer, they'd be like, "Hey, would you like to activate the other half of your CPU? It's only another $500."
Yes.
And you're like, "What? I have it?" And they're like, "Yeah, it's in there."
Yeah.
But you got to pay us to use it monthly.
Yeah, I remember when that came out.
Such bull crap.
But really, I mean, this is the last one you're gonna get where you can flip it over and unscrew it.
Well, they still sell these.
Oh, okay.
They still sell this model.
But
I think they will for a while longer.
Maybe not after WWDC.
It's possible that after WWDC they
They're
will
gonna be
not.
like welded together machines only.
That's right. There's absolutely no way. It's been magnetically and hermetically sealed with heat. You cannot get into it or it explodes.
So I didn't watch the D thing still, even though it's been a couple weeks. They're talking about wearables. Did he mention in 2015 if they're going to team up with Nike to do the Marty McFly shoes finally? Self-tying laces?
Self-dry. No. He didn't, but he should have.
That's the ultimate wearable.
That is. That like, it is a wearable that's actually wearable.
Because, we're talking about, taking your heart rate and all that crap. Your shoes, hello.
Yeah, that would be great, right? They could call them the Ikeys. That'd be great. I want that freaking jacket that self-dries, though. And
Your jacket is dry.
Anyway, so that's kind of what I expect from WWDC. I'm really excited. I mean, just could not be more excited. OS 10.9, the new operating system is going to be announced as well.
Did they say that?
Yes, they're going to be talking about that.
That's like 1 million announcements. Are they sure?
Yeah, I'm positive. It's going to be iOS 7, it's going to be 10.9, and it's going to be allegedly new hardware.
Okay.
New computer. They have to release new computers. You got to think about it this way. There's no way that Apple is going to wait until fall because they want to sell college kids new computers. They have to update them. Not only that, but they're not going to announce a new iPhone, a new iPad, and an iPad mini. Oh, and all the new MacBooks all together? Not a chance.
So wait, what do you think is going to happen?
I think they have to announce new notebooks.
Okay.
We're not going to get a new iMac.
But you don't think they're going to announce new mobile stuff?
I think the new mobile stuff is coming in October.
For the holidays.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or November even possibly.
Oh, okay. Because I was gonna say like if they made this a software only, since it's developers, if they just said OS 10 and iOS, they could do like what they've done in the past, where it's like, oh, and we have one more thing, and they do an event like 2 weeks later in the Apple campus for like just press.
You're right. They could do that.
So they've done that. Anyway. Okay.
Absolutely. So that's what I expect. And are you going to buy it as soon as it comes out online? You're going to wait and see?
I don't know. I probably will wait a little bit. But I do really, really want a new computer. But
Isn't getting a new computer the best?
Yeah.
It really is. It's so great.
Dude, you have no idea. Because like, I'm basically like strictly on mobile right now.
Right.
And I have a PC at home, an old PC that can do minimal stuff.
What year do you think that was
business. Made? Like
probably
98
90s.
Or something. Wow. It's incredibly old, but it was fine for a while for just doing like unitasks. Like, okay, I just need to use it for my PC shipping software, right? And I would just use it for that. But somewhere along the line, I got like a crazy virus because it's insanely slow, and it doesn't even have sound anymore. So it just does like primitive beeps whenever like an error comes up. You know what I'm talking about? Like, remember when a computer got a virus and like the sound card would like screw up or whatever?
Yeah.
And I feel like I'm living in like high school 90s because
you basically are.
Yeah. So, but it's given me a very big appreciation for mobile and how I need to look further to optimize things like my online store for mobile. So I'm kind of glad that I basically like forced myself to do that.
Jack Threads, right?
Yeah.
They're making a killing off their mobile app. Have you ever used it?
No.
It's actually really good. It actually makes shopping on the iPhone easy.
Really?
Yeah, and I've never seen an app, especially from a clothing retailer, that works as well as theirs does. You should check it out.
I think Fab.com does a really good job with their mobile.
Do they?
Yeah. And
they must get a lot of business from it.
Yeah, they said that it's like a really crazy skewed over their website. Huh. Anyway, it's just given me a better appreciation for the importance of mobile and
for the importance of having a computer.
Yeah, both.
All these people are like, people are buying tablets and going tablet only. I mean, that's crazy. I could not do that. I
couldn't either. I mean, I have to do too much.
That's an accessory to my computer.
Yeah, I have to do too many things in social for my business that I can't really go without it. But since this computer that I'm using is so bad, I'm forced to use the phone, and I'm like, oh, I can actually do a pretty decent workflow through the phone. But anyway, it's weird.
You know what sucks about tablets and phones? Typing. Like when you don't know what you want, you're shopping or something. It's like you're typing really fast and getting from result to result to result and clicking links, and you're like really like browsing. I don't feel like the experience on an iPad is that that great. Like
it's not as quick.
It's not as quick.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just not as quick. And my computer's so much faster for doing that. Like if you don't know what you want, the computer is a great way to go.
Yeah.
It's just like talking to Siri when you don't know what you want. It's
Oh
like
my
it's
God,
not a good. It's not a good way to search.
Yeah. Yeah, I've started to use Siri way more since I only had my phone. The one, like, this is a kind of a little tip. If you're on your phone and you don't know how to spell something and you're on an iPhone 4S or 5, use the microphone and just say it, and then you'll know how to spell it.
Oh.
So it will just type it for you. That's my new like little trick. And unless it doesn't understand you, but most cases it will, and it's just something you don't know how to spell.
Roberto's going on a vacation. Where? He said he's going to Vagina.
Yeah.
I think he means Virginia, but he's been using Siri a lot. I can only imagine what he's actually.
You must have such a horrible experience with it.
I don't use it.
But
I think Siri is an absolute flop. I don't use it.
Yeah, it's funny. Like I find myself using it for maps all the time. And
Really? How so?
Like I'll get in my car and I'll be like, get directions to whatever, and then it'll be like, oh, I see 5 places matching that, and I'm like, boom, that's it.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
Yeah, I just use it as a GPS. I use it for sometimes dictation, but not often. Like if I'm really kind of like, oh my god, I don't want to write this email, I'll just dictate it, and that usually works just fine.
Do you speak very intentionally when you talk to
Yeah.
Siri? Okay, that's probably what I need to start doing.
I wish I didn't have to.
Yeah,
You know,
you shouldn't have to.
I wish I didn't have to go.
Samuel
get
Jackson
directions to blah blah blah.
Yeah,
you know,
right.
But sometimes I've been like tired and I've said it and it's worked. So I don't know. Maybe it's a force of habit, you know, because like how many times have we messed around with dictation or whatever, and we always have to be very deliberate.
Yeah.
So now anytime a computer's listening to me, I'm like, okay, I have to be very articulate, you know.
Yeah, I probably should be, but I never am. I know there are people that Siri works really well for. It doesn't work very well for me. Although I do use it sometimes to like set timers. If I'm like,
Yeah, I do that.
I just say set a 20-minute timer. And also I've learned to be much more succinct with what I say.
Yeah.
So instead of being like, give me directions to blah 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 restaurant, I just say the restaurant name. It's like, did you mean blah blah blah? And then I just touch it from
That's
there.
what I don't like about it, because the promise is that it's supposed to be supernatural language and all that. It's like, it's BS, dude. It's not, you know.
It's not.
If you go on for too long, it doesn't know what you're talking about. I can't tell you how often I've said stuff where it's like, would you like to search the web for that? And it's like, you have no idea what I'm trying to do.
Yeah.
You know.
Exactly.
Anyway.
My cousin's name is not normal. When I say Saba, it's like, it goes crazy. It doesn't know what to do with that.
Yeah.
It's like, tries to take me to like a sawmill. Who knows? Did you want to go to a sawmill? No one ever wants to go to a sawmill. Ever. No.
Do you want to see if it will do your name?
Sure.
Okay. Get directions to Airfons.
Getting directions
Wow.
to Irfan Elijah, home.
His address is...
Yeah. There you go.
That's crazy. All right. So, onwards and forwards.
Yes.
We should we probably do our Netflix thing now?
Yeah,
huh?
well,
Okay, let's do it.
set this up.
So, the Netflix review is a segment that we do, if you're new to the show, where we give you a movie that we're going to review. You can watch it on Netflix instant, which means you can watch it right this moment.
In the United States?
In the United States. And for those of our watchers and listeners who are international, I'm sure they have ways to get around that. And then the next show, we will actually review the movie. So that actually will be a good show, because that means we'll be talking about WWDC announcements, and then also we'll be doing our Netflix review. So
We're going to review Batteries Not Included.
yeah, which is a documentary about robots, I think.
That come from outer space.
That come from outer space
Did
and
you,
run on
do, you,
batteries.
do you remember that movie?
I do remember that movie, although I haven't seen that movie in forever.
It's because he looks like a young Steve Guttenberg.
Me?
Yeah.
You know, I've heard that before. I've gotten the Steve Guttenberg reference before.
Wait. He was in Short Circuit and Batteries Not Included?
He was in a lot of great movies. He was in Three Men and a
Baby,
Baby.
yeah.
He was in
Cocoon.
Oh, he was in Cocoon. He was in I will always forever in my mind think of him as
Police Academy.
Police Academy Mahoney. So great in Police Academy.
But we're not gonna do that today.
Yeah, we're actually not reviewing that. So the name of the movie we are going to be reviewing is That Guy Who Was in That Thing. Yes, that is the title. And let me just read you the synopsis from Netflix. It's a documentary about 16 actors who detail their ups and downs as they struggle to forge careers in Hollywood. They've played cops, lawyers, bosses, best friends, psychopaths, politicians, and everything in between. Now you'll know who they are. So, sounds really interesting because, right, you always hear about people going to Hollywood and trying to make it.
Yeah.
And I can only imagine how insanely hard and,
Yeah, to break out.
To break out. And everyone thinks that they're unique and it's just like...
Did you ever try to pursue acting?
No.
Okay.
Although I've considered it.
Yeah.
What about you?
No, but I did music for a while,
Yeah.
and even that is like a rat race,
It was probably the same thing. Yeah.
Especially in LA, because it's all about looks and, all that kind of crap.
Gosh.
Yeah.
I know you see these people who have the look, but then as soon as they open their mouth or play their instrument, you're like...
Oh, yeah, dude.
like, they think they're going to try and make it. It's like America's Got
so
Talent,
weird.
right?
Oh, yeah.
Like, the people that go on there sometimes, like, the ones that are, like, they show you, obviously, because they're so terrible.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's just crazy to me to think that these people don't realize how bad they are.
Yeah. Who knows? It's like their friends and family don't want to say, like, you're not that good.
Only their mean brother is like, you're terrible. Don't do this.
Yeah.
And they ended up being right. And they got humiliated on television. So, there you go. Watch it. It's That Guy Who Was in That Thing. It's on Netflix Instant. And,
And when you're done, just go watch some Steve Guttenberg.
I hope they have some Steve Guttenberg. Or you could watch the new Arrested Development,
Mm.
which we're not going to talk about today, but some people have asked about. It's not that great.
Yeah, it's a stinker, right?
It's not a stinker, but
it's
a specter of its former self.
I haven't heard any. I haven't heard any pleased people about
really?
it. Yeah.
Yeah.
I've only seen a handful of that show, so I wasn't like
the first 3 seasons were.
I wasn't staying up all night to go watch it, but
comedy gold. The first 3 seasons.
That's
it's
a
kind
shame.
of unfortunate. Okay.
That's a shame for Netflix too, because their track record's getting kind of crappy, right? Because Hemlock Grove was a crapper. And
Hemlock Grove. What was that?
Because they came out with House of Cards. Right?
Yeah.
And then they came out with something else called Hemlock Grove.
Oh, they did?
And that was all original, and they did like 24, and everyone hated it.
Really? Was that the one with
I think that's what it was, Hemlock Grove. Yeah.
Are we what's the actor's name? Help me here. He was in American Beauty. Kevin Spacey.
No, that's House of Cards.
That's House of Cards.
Yeah.
Because there was one before that, wasn't there?
No, it's House of Cards, and then there's this other one. I think it's called Hemlock Grove because I keep seeing it on my Netflix.
That's the one that takes place in like a really snowy place, right?
I don't know about that.
Anyway,
I think it's about like werewolves or something. I don't know.
Oh man, I haven't even heard of this one.
It didn't do well. So
that's
what I'm saying.
Why I didn't hear
that's what I'm
about
saying.
it.
Like with Netflix, that's kind of sucky that they're not doing so good with
their
original stuff.
Oh,
But
yeah.
Whatever. Those people got paid. Like it's all done now.
Jason Bateman's not struggling.
Yeah.
To get his next lunch. Okay, so we are going to wrap up with a Kickstarter that was tweeted to us by, I think I read his name earlier. Yes, I did. Doron Jiva.
Cool.
Doron, I hope this is not I hope you're not a part of this.
I
if
hope
you
not
are.
too, man.
I
mean,
apologize.
should I film this?
Yeah.
Okay.
That'd actually be great.
This
thing is called, hold on, let me close these. This is called The Foldy Mate.
Okay.
Let's just watch the video here.
Hi, I'm Gal. I'm the founder of FoldyMate, and I'm Ted, and I'm co-founder, and I am a constructor that's been making things all my life. My wife and I always go back and forward on who is doing the laundry. So one day it struck me. We have a washer, we have a dryer. Where is the folder? I mean, it's the 21st century. Why don't we have a folder? 3 years ago, I decided to go and make this thing happen.
That actually makes it look pretty cool, right?
Invent the world's first robotic laundry folding machine.
Here goes the sleeve.
When I was asked to get involved with Fold-A-Mate, what was impressive to me was how Gal's completely ambidextrous. He's unfearful about any new technology. He's willing to learn mechanical, electrical. He's willing to do the programming. And I am the same way.
Folding clothes is not an easy task. You have so many garment types and each garment behaves differently. And we have to come up with a solution that will be both compact enough, affordable, and easy to use.
Fold-A-Mate is smaller than any other folding machine because it has different mechanisms. Mechanisms that we thought of to try to make it the size of a printer. It's got a spinning rod that pulls the fabric into place, and it's got this index that comes out, and whenever it needs to fold something, it goes out and
Okay,
holds
is
it.
that enough?
Those two
Do you wanna keep
mechanisms
watching?
together are the heart and soul of this machine.
I don't know if we've seen enough.
Even by the
The team
end.
itself has more than 30 years of experience, which is not
Like building a
normal
train.
in any measure. In design, in manufacturing, in robotics. Everyone knows almost everything. You know how
Oh, it's
to
out of
Ran out.
space. Good timing.
I think he's trying to convince his friend.
He's like, I still want to quit. I want to quit. He's like, as they're doing the video, he's like, I'm leaving. I'm going to quit. He's like, don't go, Roger. He's like walking backwards.
Keeps pulling him
As he
back.
hears him describe it, he's like, what am I doing here? I'm going to quit. I'm going to quit. Okay, so project has 6 backers. It's raised $1,200. Has 34 days to go.
What was it trying to raise there, Vaughn?
$250K for those out there who don't know what a K stands for. It's $250,000
US.
Let me read you. Here's one of the biggest problems with this.
Yeah.
Let me read you the pledge support prizes. You can pledge $10, and all you're getting is you show your support. You get a warm place in their heart, maybe on their website. $20, you receive a Fold-A-Mate sticker.
Yeah. For $20 that you can put on your car and your door.
But like,
and your local laundromat.
that's like putting a Maytag sticker on your car.
Yeah.
Like, no one loves their Maytag washing machine that much. Okay.
Frigidaire. I
Yeah.
would.
Dude, Whirlpool on your Subaru? You're like, dude, look at my shirt. That's Whirlpool.
Do you work there?
Yeah. Let me see here. The pledge of $60 or more, you receive a polo shirt and a wristband. $120, you get a laundry hamper.
Really?
I guess so. $500, you get all the cool rewards above, plus you get to test a beta unit. You get to test it.
That's it?
It's excluding, but you got to go to them to test it. So you got to pay to test this thing.
Oh, okay.
$4,800. Okay, now we're actually getting into like the real prizes.
Say it better. Say $4,800.
$4,800. You get a beta unit of the Fold-A-Mates. And you get a close relationship with the Fold-A-Mates founding team.
And they have 50 of those.
Yes, they have 50 of those. And then it goes up like by another 1,000. You actually get like a Fold-A-Mate unit. This is the problem with Kickstarters like this. It's like, this actually looks like a cool product. I'm not going to bag on the product. And maybe, like, if he kept talking about how you can have one of these in your home or you can have one of these in your laundromat. I'm like, well, most people don't have a laundromat.
Yeah.
This is cool for a laundromat. Like, if I ran a laundromat and you were to bring me a bag of clothes and I washed them all and I could dump them all into a machine, and that's the key. I had to dump them into the machine.
It doesn't look like you can do that.
It looks like you have to lay them down individually,
Yeah.
and then it goes through and folds them all. Well, I'm like, I can do that. That's
Yeah.
not that much work.
You could do that quicker by the time you're like laying something down, you know?
Yeah, exactly. So it's like nobody's going to want one of these in their house unless they're just uber rich.
And it's going to make a lot of noise.
if you weighs like 3,000 pounds.
If you're uber rich, you'll hire a maid to do your laundry.
Exactly. Like at $4,800 an hour, or $4,800 an hour, $4,800, to wash, or I guess to fold your clothes only.
Yeah,
and you're going to stand there and do it.
How many loads do you have to do of laundry?
Let's say you
for it to
pay
be worth it?
a maid, like someone who does your laundry, $10 an hour.
Yeah.
So that's 480 hours. That's an entire year of pay of her just folding laundry 40 hours a week.
Which you
know what I
probably
mean?
would do way more than that, right?
Yeah, actually 480 hours. Sorry, I take that back. That's only 3 months.
Okay.
That's 3 months of work. 40 hours a week. So, cool project, right? But
I don't know, dude. You're right. Like, the only way this could be a cool, like, this is the next thing we're missing. Because on their website, they're showing, like, before the washing machine, that you washed on a washboard. Before the dryer, you dried by hanging. The only way this would be cool is if you could literally dump it like into a hamper-like machine and you'd spit out perfectly folded laundry, right?
if this thing costs $500,
it wouldn't do that.
Yes, and it sat next to your dryer.
Yeah.
And out of the dryer, you just dump it in, and it spits out a pile of all your shirts folded and all
Like
your
the
jeans folded.
Jetsons.
That would be worth the money.
Yeah, yeah.
It would have to be that effortless.
This is too like it looks like the way that industrial plotter works. Where it's just kind of like
What's that?
Industrial plotter is like a printer that works on an XY axis, so it just prints
like
out.
the MakerBot?
Yeah, kind of like that. Yeah.
Okay.
Or like a large scale printer. It's not really something you'd want just like there in your home. I don't know. Even though they said it's about the size of a printer, it doesn't look the size.
This
of
is
a
not a
printer.
consumer item. Like, here's the thing about these types
Or-
of things on Kickstarter.
Or a laundromat, because then what? You have a whole bunch of people lining up to use the Foldy Mate.
Yeah, that's true.
You would just get the hell out of there.
Yeah, you're like, I'm just gonna fold these later.
Yeah. What were you saying about Kickstarter?
Well, I was just gonna say the thing about Kickstarter. I was reading something a while ago about how to have a successful Kickstarter, and overwhelmingly it seems like the Kickstarters that do well they have a product or service that the people want. They want to have it themselves. And you have to set up your prizes in a way where they actually feel like they're getting something cool in return. Like, because they're not going to pay, like, a project like this, like, why would they pay you for this? Like, why would I give you $100 so you could create a commercial folding machine that I'm going to have to then pay to use in the future?
Yeah, right.
Like, the Kickstarter is not the right place. Like, this is the kind of thing like a venture capital should fund.
Yeah, this is the kind of thing I would see like on Shark Tank or something like that.
Right.
And then they would bash it, and then I'd laugh.
And then they'd bash it, and they'd be like, I'll buy 90% of your company for $2,000. Sold!
I'm out.
So, not to bash the product, because it looked like it actually might work, but Kickstarter, I mean, you gotta set your Kickstarter up where people feel like they're actually getting something.
Yeah, man.
For giving you their money.
Yeah, because all the ones that we, typically look at, whether it be we're making fun of it or not, they're usually like, okay, yeah, but I only have to pledge like, $20 to $100 to get the thing that you're actually offering, right?
Yeah.
Because when people see things on Kickstarter, like it or not, they think that they're buying something like it's a store, right?
Yes. Even though Kickstarter says you're not buying this, you may never get it, which is true.
Yeah. Even though, they're explicit about saying that, and they've been taking steps to improve that. Like, they're not allowing like artist renderings for projects and stuff.
And they used to?
They used to, yeah. But yeah, I mean, you're right. Why would you pay any amount that you're not going to really get anything? All you're getting is like, oh, I just contributed. Like, that works for maybe like an album or something where you're just like, oh, I'm going to see that succeed, or that band's going to.
In fact, I did it.
Right?
I totally supported an album where some friends of mine from school were really good musicians, and I was like, okay, here's $15, create your album, right?
Right.
But I'm not giving you $1,000.
Yeah.
That's crazy, unless you're gonna sell me something.
Yeah.
It's like, am I gonna get like a cool band product from this?
Yeah, that's tough when the outcome thing is going to be several thousands of dollars for the outcome thing, right?
Yeah, unless you're gonna get one of those things. I mean,
yeah, but you wouldn't. There's no way they could do it for like an affordable price for a backer, right?
right.
They're not gonna be like, well, early birds are getting it for $100. It's like, there's never been one like that on a successful one on Kickstarter. I don't think, because like the Pebble Watch, you already are gonna pay $200-$300 for like a techie watch, right? So it makes sense that you pledge for it and you get it, right? So I don't know. It's just weird. You're right.
And also, it's one of those things where if you're going to buy a product, it has to solve a product or solve a problem or do something for you. It's like, when have you been so annoyed by folding laundry that you're like, I would spend $5,000 to not ever have to do this again? Like,
Dude.
no one has ever said that.
Yeah.
It's like, but when faced with the decision to spend $5,000 to do your laundry, you go do your laundry. Like, no, that's not a hard decision. You know what I mean? Hi, do you mind not putting your face on my MacBook Pro? Thank you. I know you have no concept of money or technology.
Yeah, I don't know. I think it's just really funny. Like, you can just tell sometimes when some Kickstarters are just kind of like, do you know how this website works? You're kind of missing the boat. You're kind of missing the point here, you know?
These guys look like nice guys, too. At least they're not total show ads. Like some of the guys that are on here are just like trying to schmooze you to buy their crap.
True.
In any case.
Yeah, no offense. Not for me. Pass.
Really? Because I was about to put my credit card number in and get myself a Foldy Mate. If only I had a mate.
One of the guys said Foldy Mate, and the other guy said Foldamate.
Oh, did he really? Foldy Mates? Maybe one of the guys is Canadian or French Canadian or something. Or he's French or French Canadian, so...
It was kind of a strange pitch, though, don't you think?
Because
Because they look like they're, like, interviewing each other.
it looked like they were trying to convince each other that they should actually be making this product. Like, every
They
time
caught 'em
one
on
talked, the other one would just be like, I don't want to be here. I don't want to be here. This is crazy. Why are we doing this? And then it would be his turn to talk, and then the other guy would lose faith.
You know what would happen if they were on Shark Tank? It would be like, how much money have you guys put into this? And then one would be like, I put my house up to like make this work. And then like the other one would be like, oh, I spent $50,000 on this. And then they'd be like, you guys are stupid. You know, like, because have you ever seen that? People.
I haven't watched that show very much, but
There's times where it will be like somebody put their entire life savings and they have like a little kid and stuff like that, and they have zero sales, and for some reason they're like, this is my last hope, and the Shark Tank's like, get out of here, like go get a job, stop, you know, like they have to tell them like,
because
no.
the product's just so bad and
Yeah.
they just don't get it.
Yeah.
It's just like a product that no one needs or wants.
Exactly. There was this dude, I think he said that he put $300,000 of his own money into this product, and all the product was this little plastic thing that you stuck to your refrigerator, and you open like Otter Pops with it. Like you press, you know, like you put an Otter Pop in there, like those little freezy plastic.
Yeah, I love Otter
plastic
Pops.
things, and you slap it, and then it cuts the top off of it. And they said that they've been working on it for like several years, developing this idea because like I guess their kids like those things. And he's put like $300K of his own money into it.
How do you put $300K into an Otter Pop cutter?
I don't know. But then the little kid was up there with the mom and the dad to demonstrate like how easy it was. And the Shark Tank people were like, honey, why don't you go off and play off there? Because they didn't want to like the kid to be there when they were like, hell no.
I know, it's like scissors.
Yeah.
It's like scissors work. 'Cause sometimes a product is good enough.
Right.
It's like scissors are good enough. Like, and that's what it is. It's one of those super niche products. I mean, I love Otter Pops. I don't eat them that often, but who eats Otter Pops enough to have a dedicated Otter Pop cutter?
Yeah.
Like, if you eat Otter Pops that much, you don't need an Otter Pop cutter. You need intervention. And you need to go to, like, vegetable school and eat some vegetables and learn how to cook vegetables.
Yeah.
Because no one needs to be eating that many Otter Pops, especially not kids.
Yeah, it would be like coming up with like a something to open the pop can when you can do it with your hand, right?
Yeah. Or a Ziploc bag opener.
Yeah.
Like, just pull it apart. Like, you don't need an opener for that. You know what I mean? It's like, it's not that much of a problem to do that.
$300,000 worth of a problem.
Or the car key churner. It's like, are you tired of churning your car key?
Yeah. Or
Now-
it's like what Aaron was saying with the egg splitter.
Yes.
You know?
Right. It's like a knife is good enough, and it only costs about $10 for a basic knife. It's like, it's good enough. I don't need to have a freaking folder that's $5,000.
If I had a as seen on TV type of idea, and it was gonna be like super cheap to make, I'd probably try it, right? But I wouldn't.
Yes.
I wouldn't be like, let's go R&D the crap out of this thing. You know.
I don't think Apple spent that much developing the first Mac to R&D it. And this guy's spending it on an R-pop cutter. That's just crazy.
Yeah, they call it freezies over in It was for Canada's Shark Tank.
Freezies.
And
What channel is that on?
I find them all over YouTube.
Oh, do you really? I'm gonna start watching.
Yeah,
them on
they're
YouTube.
pretty entertaining.
All right.
All right.
Anyway, that's all we got for this show.
Cool.
So next show, remember, the movie is called That Guy Who Was in That Thing. Arguably not the best title,
Yeah.
but it had good reviews on Netflix. So go check that out. We'll be reviewing that, and of course, next show we'll be talking about hopefully new Macs, iOS 7, and I almost said iOS. OS X 10.9.
Woohoo.
OS X.
OS 10.
OS 10.9. I know I always say OS X, but I'm like, that's the same thing as 10.
OS 10.
X 10.9. That's what they meant to say.
Well, so if people want to find you on the internet.
ERFON with an @ before it. That's me on Twitter.
Okay.
And
myself, you can find me. I'm at Roberto Hoyos, RobertoHoyos. And you can find our show online
Indeed, you can.
in many ways, but one of the best, easiest deliverable ways is iTunes. So you can just search for us on iTunes.
Audio and video.
And subscribe. You can also go to youtube.com/user-friendly-show.
Indeed.
To watch a la carte episodes.
If you're into such things.
And also like us on Facebook. It's just facebook.com/user-friendly-show. And we post our episodes there. So if you're like really just out of the loop and then you happen upon an episode, you'll be really happy that you liked us on Facebook.
True that, boo.
Somebody called us out. They were like, do you use this anymore? And I was like, sorry.
Yeah, we're still here. Yeah. Cool.
Yeah, that's it, man.
So happy WWDC. Tim Cook is going to be speaking. So until next time, we will see you guys on the flip side.
Y'all.